time when markets get into some volatility or a zone of volatility, there is one voice. First it was thousands, then it became lakhs, and now it's crores of investors who really want to perhaps hear is Madhusudan Kela of MK Ventures. He needs no introduction whatsoever, but I'll still formally introduce him as someone who markets and investors really admire for his ability to understand trends, to communicate what is coming next, and to perhaps openly, even it's bad news, be very constructively explain the impact of that on markets. I'm talking about Madhusudan Kela, who joins us on the eve of the budget day. So we'll talk about him, about markets, budget, and in general, what is the secret that is just making him young every day, every time he comes on the screen. So Mr. Kela, always a pleasure to have you on ET Now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nikunj. And pardon me, my voice is a little heavy because I have severe cold. So I hope you are able to listen to me. And thank you for having me, and thank you for those kind words, as always.
कड़क आवाज है जी, चिंता की बात नहीं है.
Thank you so much.
The markets have taken a turn, and suddenly what looked like a great bull market, now questions are being asked about, is the bull market over? Now, when we met last time on Diwali, you called that the markets were reaching what could be called as an extreme zone. And 3 months after you indicated and predicted it in November, the markets have come tumbling down. What is next now?
So, Nikunj, let's just keep one fact in mind that, last 3-4 years, there have been phenomenal returns being generated by individual investors, and markets have been very, very kind. One thing which I've been consistently maintaining, that please do not extrapolate these returns even in your mind, because you can't just keep compounding at 30-35% year after year. So given that as a background, this was our last conversation, that please expect returns to moderate in this coming year. And that is exactly what we have seen, that in the month of January, according to me, was very painful. And the number of people I'm interacting with, and specifically the retail crowd, which came in and was really leading the market, those people would have really got hurt, Nikunj, in the month of January, because it's been a massive fall of mid cap and small cap companies in 1 month alone. So I would expect that I would continue with what I said, that returns will be very moderate in this year, and for making those returns, you have to really be on top of your game, which is really being able to identify some really good bottom-up ideas. And this volatility, in that sense, give you that extra edge and opportunity, because stocks don't get time to correct these days. A lot of good companies get corrected by 50%, 40% in few trading sessions or in 1 month. So you have to be really on top of your game. You have to be able to identify those stocks, make this volatility which is there in the market as your true friend. And when the world is fearful, at that time, if your work is ready and if you go and buy those individual companies, that is what will make returns. So the time of doing research and time of execution will have to differ, Nikunj. Because in bull market, you can, in a rara bull market, which is what we saw for 3 years, even if you commit mistakes, market will pardon you and you will have some kind of an exit. So the decision making becomes very, very important to take in a hurry, in a really rara bull market. But in these kind of markets, they will give you chance, they will give you time. So you do your research, you have some kind of a target price in mind, and this volatility will provide you that entry around those target prices, and that is what will make money. I think broad indices, in my opinion, Nikunj, will be range bound. I don't know the range, but I don't see really crossing what we had, like 26,500 on the upside. And maybe on the downside, you can assume in some really bad news happens, so there could be that 5-7% more downside also from here.
Mr. Kela,
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.